I'd like to guide you through hip cars or controlled articular rotations from a quadruped or hands and knees position or tabletop position. So we'll start on our mats in a hands and knees position where our knees are directly under our hips and our wrists are directly under our shoulders. If anything, you might take them slightly wider than the shoulders. Same with the knees. If anything, you might take them slightly wider than the hips. Now, this will make it more difficult muscularly for what we're about to do, especially with the knees. So there might be an exception that if you really can't hack the abdominal strength here to hover the back leg up, because we're going to be doing circles like this. And if that's too hard, you could walk the stabilizing knee towards the midline. The problem with that is that it tends to have people cheat by lifting the actual pelvis higher. So if you notice here, it looks like I'm lifting my knee, but I am in fact lifting my pelvis only. So I prefer a wide stance because if I tried to lift the pelvis, I can only get a little bit out of it because it is so difficult. So we'll start here and we're just going to be making circles with the hips. So we'll start off easy and we'll ramp up the intensity. So the first thing I want you to do is really press out through the fingertips, spread the fingertips as wide as you possibly can, and then press down through just the tips of the fingers until you feel and see that the tips of the fingers change color, that they lose some of their blood supply. In a good way, it means that you actually have some pressure. We call that blanching. So we want to look for the fingertips to blanch. And then once we've stabilized through the fingers and taken some weight off of the center of the wrists, then we can start to also press down through the left knee and the right hand. If this hurts your knee, you could fold up the side of your mat so that it is doubled up under that knee, and that might be more, that might take some pressure off of the knee. You could also put a pad under the knee if you'd like. Now, once we pressurize through the right hand and the left knee, I want you to hover the right knee and foot off of the ground. Then from here, I want you to take the right knee and just tap the inside of the left knee. And then continue to sweep it and just drag the right shin across the inside of the left knee as you draw the left knee up towards the left elbow. Then I want you to clear the foot, the right foot over the right knee, and then try to lift the foot forward. So you're trying to simultaneously draw the right knee towards the right elbow and the right ankle towards the left elbow. So it's like a pigeon pose, except for you're hovering the shin. And then draw the right knee up towards the right elbow and then out. Try to draw the right heel towards the right elbow. You'll never get there. And then press the right knee out to the side without turning your pelvis open. So keep the pelvis shining down to the floor, but lift the right knee up. And then start to lift the right heel up towards the sky. So we internally rotate. And then press the butt cheek, squeeze the butt cheek and press the heel up towards the sky. And then draw the right knee back down towards the midline and set it down. To give the right hand and left knee a break, we're just going to switch sides now. So spread the fingertips wide, press down through the left hand, press down through the right knee. Again, if it's too much pressure on the knee, you can flip over the mat, double up the mat under the right knee. Hover the left knee off of the ground, and then just tap the left knee towards the right knee. And then we slide the shin, the left shin, across the inside of the right thigh as we direct the left knee toward the right elbow. Then keep lifting until we can clear the left heel over the right knee, so that it's like we're trying to take this Gomukhasana leg variation. cow pose, or I don't know, a non-yoga way to say that. But basically like we're crossing our legs as though you were sitting down and crossing your legs. And then we draw the left knee up towards the left knee towards the right elbow. And then simultaneously draw the left heel towards the right elbow and the left knee towards the left elbow. So again, it's like a pigeon pose, but you're hovering. Then press the left knee out and try and draw the left heel. Try to draw the left heel towards the left elbow. And then draw the left knee out without turning your pelvis up. So left knee goes out. And then we lift the left heel up towards the sky and draw the left knee into internal rotation of the hip. And then squeeze the butt cheek as hard as you can and lift the heel up and migrate it towards the center line. And then draw the left knee down towards the floor and have both knees on the floor. Sit back on your heels for a moment and give your wrists a break. Now, we can, of course, go in both directions with these hip circles. And if you're doing this properly, you should feel that this was a considerable amount of work. And you may have noticed cramping, especially in the sides of the thighs, in the lateral gluteal muscles, as well as the TFL. Hell, you might have noticed cramping in your calves or in your low back, any of these things, because we are trying to carve out a circle actively. And that means using our muscles in an intense fashion when they're in the shortest possible positions, which tends to be a very weak position for muscles, which is why we train it. So you should be actively trying to perform these activities, not just casually making circles. Let's reverse the circles now that we've given our wrists a break. Place the hands on the ground. I'm not going to talk you through as much of this time. We're just reversing the circles. So we're going to start by lifting the right knee and hovering it. And then we just go straight back this time. So lift the right heel up towards the sky and squeeze the butt cheek as hard as you can. And then lead from the right heel. So dip the right heel down, but keep the knee lifting. Squeeze the butt to do that. And then drift the knee out to the side as far as you can go without starting to lift your pelvis. And once you hit a sticking point and you cannot go sideways anymore, now you have to externally rotate. So let the right heel drop down towards the floor, but keep the right knee lifted. And now we're going to aim that right knee towards the right armpit. And then we aim the right heel towards the left elbow. Try to touch it if you can. You probably can't, but try. And then draw the right knee towards the left elbow. And then we're going to have to do a little bit of lifting the heel again to just clear that left knee. And then keep the right knee going over to the side, to the left, left. And then slide that shin across the inside of the left thigh. And then set it down. For the record, this is not exactly how they would do this. In functional range conditioning, we are doing a bit of a variation. Now let's do the opposite side. So left side, lift the left heel up, squeeze the butt cheek as hard as you can. Internally rotate the hip joint, meaning drop the left heel out to the left, but keep squeezing the butt to lift the left knee up as high as you can. So left heel out. Then migrate the entire left leg out to the left as far as you can without lifting the pelvis. When you hit a sticking point, you can't go any further, then start to lift through the left knee and draw the left heel down towards the floor. And then we draw the left knee up towards the left armpit. Left heel towards the right elbow. Squeeze, this is hard. Then draw the left knee over towards the right elbow. And then we have to kind of back up a little bit to get that left heel over the right knee and so that we can internally rotate. And so we draw the left knee as far to the right as we possibly can. so that the top of the ankle is hooked on the right inner thigh at the knee. And then we slide the shin across the inner thigh and then set the knee down. And then sit back on your heels and be sure to give your wrists a bit of a break. And you can even make little wrist circles after this to give them a break. Meanwhile, let's just take 5 breaths together so that we can sort of collect our intentionality and catch our breath if that was a particularly difficult exercise for you. So let's just shake the wrists out real quick and then set them down. And let's breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. A few more. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Thank you.